Queen Elizabeth II has attended Royal Ascot every year since she was 19. Ascot has had a royal stand since the 1790s, when a Windsor builder named George Slingsby erected the first permanent building on the site.
However, the royal enclosure that we are familiar with today was commissioned by King George IV in 1845, and access was restricted to those with a personal invitation from the king.
Revealed how Queen forgot Prince Edward's birthday amid claims. Royal bombshell: how Queen forced Charles and Diana together. It used to be that no divorced people were allowed in.
However, according to the Washington Post, the Queen was in her glass-encased royal box one day, surveying the crowds on the grass below, and inquired of one of her guests who all those people were.
Journalist Sally Quinn said it was pointed out that, in fact, on that very lawn stood no less than 11 convicted criminals, high-class criminals, to be sure.
Ms. Quinn also claims that the Queen, reportedly horrified, remarked that if criminals could be accepted in the royal enclosure, then certainly they should consider divorced people. It is said in Amazon Prime's The Story of Diana that divorce has been a part of the American culture for a very long time. However, according to Princess Diana's brother, Charles Spencer, the English had a way of just burying their head in the sand.
The documentary's narrator said, where the Queen was present, if you were a divorcee, you weren't allowed in the royal enclosure.
So an actual divorce was a very big deal. In 1955, the rules of divorce were relaxed, and divorcees were able to enter the royal enclosure.
However, a redevelopment of the enclosure shortly before this had added the new Queen's Lawn, which was by invitation, and the court rules governing divorce still applied.
At the beginning of the last century, Meghan Markle would never have been allowed to marry Prince Harry because she is a divorcee. The only way a member of the royal family could have wed someone who had been married previously is if they were widowed. The first high-profile royal divorce in recent history was that of the Queen's sister, Princess Margaret, from photographer Anthony Armstrong Jones in 1978.
Prince Charles and Princess Diana famously divorced in the 1990s, owing many of their marriage problems to Charles's relationship with his now wife, Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall.
Although the church allowed the divorce, when Camilla and Charles wanted to marry each other, they were forbidden from doing so in a church because their relationship contributed to the failure of their previous marriage.
Instead, they married in a civil ceremony and were blessed in a church afterwards.